Ah, the Tutel, a vehicle that a lot of people always want me to play for some reason. I think it's just because it's a meme, but yeah, I don't know. This is a really interesting Tier 8 heavily armored tank destroyer. It's supposed to be like a Tier 8 Badger. The problem is it doesn't feature any of the capabilities the Badger does, especially when there's a better version on the tech tree called the AT-15. Now, in the latest update of the game, Wargaming did buff this vehicle, and rather substantially. The roof, which used to be a weak spot here, got a huge armor buff, and we can see, like, it is pretty strong. Like, even with 276 mils of premium, you're not cutting through that superstructure. It's actually stronger on the superstructure than it is on the hull now. So that's pretty nice. If you're angling the vehicle, you can get it up to about 265. The problem is you still got a really weak lower plate, and the upper plate's only about 260. Most premium shells from tier 8s are still going to cut through pretty commonly, not going to lie. So I'm glad that Wargaming did buff the armor on this tank. The problem is, well, the AT-15 exists, which says 3,855 DPM, and even with the DPM the Turtle received, it's still 3,200, which pales in comparison to the AT-15. So what exactly did Wargaming do to this vehicle? Well, Wargaming buffed the Turtle's DPM. It had a second reload, and that's it. And then the superstructure got buffed. So nothing else actually changed on the tank. There's a couple problems with this vehicle. First of all, as I said, the armor still isn't that impressive. Second of all, the tank goes 20. Not 25, not 30, 20. That's it. Welcome to my top speed right here. So, it's a bit of a bummer. And, yeah, you're really dependent on your team. Yeah, I don't even know why 20 is a thing. Like, 25 kilometers per hour should be the minimum any tank can go. I don't understand. Cause you're just screwed. If your team sucks, you're so freaking slow. You just drive and drive and drive. Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We'll get there. Nebraska's already bled half its health, and we're still driving. Our CDA has bled half their health. We're still driving. Don't worry. We're getting there. Oh, yeah. Boom. We got that structure good. Well, keep on going. Got the Caro de Assalto P88. Don't worry, we're getting there. Oh yeah, boom, 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 boom. Also, the turtle gun is like really mid on its accuracy. Also, I've got hiccups, so. All right, let's aim it on the Tiger, which we can't pen unless we load gold. There you go, nice shot. Aiming again. Oh wait, I have to. Oh, bruh. Can we like try and fight me? Okay, bro's just running away. Oh well. Oh, maybe the tiger will fight me now. God, this thing's aiming time is so awful. Alright, well, huh. I doubt that tiger's gonna poke. I highly doubt it, so at this point, I'm not gonna be able to shoot you. I don't like this spot. I mean, our Barask is going to distract them for me, hopefully, so I'm hoping that I can just, like, this is awful. It's just this tank is so slow, bro. Hey, we got a bounce. Look at that. Boom. 322. Now, the good news is that we do have enough DPM to out-reload this WZ, so that's not really a problem. However, we did get penned because our Brask isn't really helping me. Let's take another blind shot at the WZ. Ow. Whoa, Brask, are you gonna, like, do anything, or are you just gonna, like, let me get shot? I mean, letting me get shot works out great for you, I guess, but it doesn't really help me. Good job, bro. That was really amazing. Alright, let's move over here. It's aiming on the 590. Get a clear on you. Get completely overmatched by the WZ. Take you out of the game. I mean, we did okay in this battle. We did 2,200, but I can't say our armor worked all too well. We have literally no health left at the end of that battle. And, like, at that point, I could have just driven an AT-15 and done more. But, hey, we blocked 1,400. I guess that's not terrible. Let's try one more game. As I said, the only problem I really have with this tank, there's two issues. A, it's really slow, and B, its gun is not accurate. I don't understand why Wargaming decides to make the guns on the Tortoise, the AT-15, and the frickin' Turtle and the Badger so inaccurate. It makes no sense. These tanks are all limited by their mobility. They spend 8 years getting into the battle, and then you miss every frickin' shot. because of their on-movement dispersion and overall accuracy. It's really, really irrelevant in this tank and the Badger because both of these vehicles feature really mediocre dispersion. It's really annoying though, especially now that the Badger is freaking APCR standard. I still remember I recorded a video on the Badger the other day, and I'm not going to post the video yet because I have to get through all these updates first, but I remember shooting at the 60 TP, and because of that APCR, literally like 4 shots ended up missing and bouncing the 60 TP. It was really tragic. It was really tragic. That's what I'll say. Well, here we are on Middleburg up against Osiva Beast. Ante, Progetto, IS. Alright, that's 3 heavies. I'm kind of hoping the enemy team goes down and my team goes down because that is the best case scenario. If I have to drive up the hill, I might as well just like close my game because by the time I get up that hill, you know, there's 2 realities. The first reality is that the enemy team will have killed our team and I'll be stuck there and die. The second reality is that my team will steamroll and then I'll have to drive back down the hill and literally do nothing. Or the third reality is that I want death. And I think that's the reality I'm choosing either way. I mean, bro, look at how slow this thing is. Oh. But at least with the armor buff, this tank might be decent now, in some regards. But look at how inaccurate this tank is. Like, why do I have to spend that long aiming in? You have 3,200 DPM, but because you spend so long aiming, it's kind of pointless. I don't know, it's a little goofy if you ask me. We have the AMX, who we're going to shoot in the track. Unfortunately, our tracking shot did not actually pen him, but that's fine. Just locking that player down is already a pretty good play. Alright, well, let's move up. We have the Progetto, who I'm not going to try and fight. We're just going to slowly crumple these cars in front of me. Boom! Boom! Alright, the Bisante left. We're still slowly moving up. Hello, AMX. How are you? Boom. Alright, that player's dead. Put on our adrenaline. And boom. 350. Come on. We're so slow. There you go. Another nice shot. 376. Yeah, there's your amazing armor. Because at the end of the day, you still have an incredibly weak lower plate. Alright, let's head back to our spawn. We have the T69, which we do get a nice pendant to. And we reload again. Boom. 283. To be fair, we're doing pretty good this game so far. Let's see. Yeah, that's not the best play there, Yag Panther. Alright, let's keep moving up. Oh, there you go, our wonderful armor. Oh yeah, make sure to drive right into my way. I don't know, the armor on this tank is still useless, I'm gonna be real. We literally have not gotten any bounces. Everybody just penned us right in the lower plate. And it's like, sure, the armor's good if you have gun depression. And you're using it on a ridgeline, but I don't know. Again, I think an AT-15 would have just done better. I mean, I did fine. I did 3,300, but the AT-15 doesn't have a lower plate weak spot. Like, if we go back to Armor Inspector here, this lower plate, which is like 140, if you go to Tankopedia, you go to Tier 8, you go to Britain, and we click on the AT-15, you'll notice, while this vehicle's armor overall is a bit weaker than the Turtles, look, it doesn't have a lower plate weak spot. Like, the lower plate's 225. The weakest point on this vehicle is 200. If you're running enhanced armor and you're angling it properly, and you're on flat grounds, like, the upper plate's 230. It's a hell of a lot more reliable, especially when you have gun depression. Like, that armor is really good, and still the lower plate's not a weak spot. So, I don't understand why you'd ever drive a Turtle when the AT-15 exists. I don't get it. If Wargaming buffed the lower plate of the Turtle, so that was also like 250, then yeah, I think this tank is really good. But the AT is more DPM, better accuracy, and by the way, you also have a high alpha gun. You literally have a 300 alpha gun you can run on the AT, which still has 3,500 DPM. Like, there's no argument for the Turtle still being mid. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend picking this tank up. You guys can let me know your personal feelings, comments, and opinions, but those are mine. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.